Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here in front of the great wall of comics. It's Thursday, and that means it's time for another episode of Only My Slabs. Okay, so we got ourselves a stack of slabs. Now, if you quickly counted in that thumbnail, you'll know it's more than 12. And I said we're going to do 12. Well, for episode 1, I said 10, and episode 2, I said 12. This episode, we're going to do 12 still, even though there's more slabs in that. And your reasoning will become apparent. There's some duplicate stuff in here. But let's just get crack-a-lackin'. So, the ultimate story of this whole thing is I've got close to something over 1,100 graded comic books. And people have asked on occasion, when are you going to show yours? Because I keep having folks come on Only Slabs on Saturday, my show, where I have a collector bring some of their books and we learn about them through their collection. So it's your chance to learn about me through my collection. What's interesting here as we start these early episodes is we're going through my early boxes. The way that I organize comics when it comes to my slabs is it's kind of as they come in, they go into a box. That box is alphabetical. The box has a number. That number is then registered in my app so I can easily find the book. It's not just hodgepodge, but it's kind of hodgepodge, which means and then as books come out, some new books might go in the fill. So, some of these are some of the earlier books in my collection, and some of them have been some more recent ones have been added. But this book right here, so X Factor #1, you might have seen it recently. It just came back from CGC. This was a book that I had graded with PGX initially. It was my wife's book. My wife collected comics in high school, was big into the X-Men, X Factor, Excalibur, and she came into our marriage with books. We've moved around and around, and as I went eventually in the early days of my grading comics and such, I went and found I went and bagged and boarded her books, and I decided some of these books, let me go ahead and send this in. I didn't really know much about value, but I said, hey, it's X Factor 1. Let's go ahead and send it in. And it came back a 9.0, so, which was fine. And it came back again a 9.0 after going to CGC. These were books that some of them were bagged and boarded, and some of them weren't when I got to the PC. My wife's PC. They're all bagged and boarded now. We're not heathens, folks, so don't go crazy. But, so 9.0 was solid for a book that she had personally collected and was read by her and her brothers. All right, so next up, X-Men 2099. I love the X-Men 2099. I love 2099. The original 2099 stuff. Some of the stuff that's been turned out lately with 2099, not a huge fan. This is our first one, though. We're going to go, boom, here's a second one. And don't worry, we'll see more of these through this series, because I know there's more of these seated in other boxes. I have a lot of copies of X-Men 2099. Not as many as Spider-Man 2099, but quite a bit. But the number of graded 9.8s is getting up there, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you about X-Men 2099. It's just 2099 is what I read. It was the first. I got into comics late. I didn't start reading comics till I was in college. And at that time, 2099 came out. It hit the racks, and there was a bunch of shiny #1s, and it attracted me, and I read it. So that's where you go. All right, on a previous episode, we talked about the controversy around Punchline. So here we go. Here's Hell Arisen, issue #3, credited by CBCS as the first full appearance of Punchline. So now here again, for a recap, in case you didn't see the previous episode, essentially we have a controversy where today, whether or not this is the first appearance or not still is starting to opinions starting to change, and it's starting to move towards potentially Batman 92 being the first full appearance. And here's why. There's no debate. First is first. The first appearance of Punchline is Batman issue 89. She shows up. She's in there. It's a cameo, meaning that she has no, it's kind of like not even her full body, but she's in there. So first cameo. Now, this, she's still in a cameo role, but it's the first time you see her full body. And so that's really what it was. This is the first full body appearance, but still a cameo. And when I define cameo, and I think if you apply this same definition to the great debates, the Hulk 181, the whatever other ones, Venom, whatever, showing up, seeing the full body in a final panel or in a panel or two, but not contributing to the story in a significant way. If you took them out of that book, would it materially affect the story? The answer is no. Punchline is just in the background, full color, full image. But anyway, so it is credited by CBCS as the first appearance. And here we go. Here's the second printing in a CGC, also attributing it as her first appearance. And then just for giggles, here is the third printing in a 9.8. So when I argue that this is not the first full appearance, it's not because I have a bunch of Batman 92s and I don't have these. But in fact, I do have all the printings, everything else. It would be in my interest for it to be Punchline to become a big character and for this book to take off someday. But honestly, I don't think the long-term spec is there. Obviously, Punchline, we've yet to see the character used on a regular and consistent basis, so who knows what the future holds for that character. Definitely doesn't seem to be as well embraced by readers the same way that Harley Quinn was. But even if all that weren't the case, I don't think that I think that history is going to show us over time that decision on the first full appearance is going to shift, much like it did with Venom. For the longest time, Amazing Spider-Man 299 was the first full appearance of Venom. And 298 was a cameo, because it was just the hand or whatever. But over time, it changed, and that 299 became a cameo, because in reality, he is. If you took away the last page, it doesn't really affect the story. He's not there. No big deal. Ladies and gentlemen, same thing with Hulk 180. Sorry, folks, it is a cameo. It is the first appearance. It's just a cameo. All right, let's get away from that debate before we get into trouble. Here we go. Amazing Spider-Man 345. Speaking of cameos or first appearances here. So in this one we have this is, oh, wait, no, is this not? I thought this one, it's not noted. I'll have to double check. I thought that this was the first appearance of Cletus Cassidy. It may not be. Anyways, information's here, so whatever. Anyways, Amazing Spider-Man 345, 9.6. Art by, let's see, who we get cover? Oh, Eric Larson and Randy Emberlin. Yeah. These were this next couple books. These were just ones in my PC where at one point I think they're all tied to Carnage, and I got hyped by the Carnage train. What can I say? I'm not perfect. I'm susceptible to FOMO. Now, I didn't go buy these books. I had them in my run, which is why the grades are where they're at on these. But, there you go. Look at that. Everybody, this is one of those famous covers. There's ASM 346. And this is our Venom cover appearance. Uh, Felicia Hardy cameo. Nothing special written on here. And then the grade drops even more. And this one is our first appearance of Carnage symbiote in Cameo. And this is Batman 359. Cardiac attacks. I have a couple copies of this. Chris Marinan worked on the on this book, as I recall. I don't know, Emberlin. This is Bagley and Emberlin. Why do I think of Ember? I don't know. Oh, he did. He did interior art. Chris Marinan did interior art. That's right, along with Keith Williams. Anyways. As you'll see, I don't care about any one grading company all that much more than another. I shift depending upon where the winds blow at any given moment based on price and everything else, and how I'm feeling. Now, this next one, it's a great cover. Why is it graded? Well, it should be, I think. So this is Batman 99. I'm not sure if this is the first appearance of Clown Hunter or not. Well, anyways, it's here, and you'll know, but it's not noted on this book. But then at the end, it was pretty. So this is a Derek Chew cover, featuring Clown Hunter. I thought this was a beautiful book. The B covers on Batman during this run, absolutely fabulous books. All right, next up, a childhood favorite show of mine. Now, this is not the first appearance of this title or anything else. It's actually was originally told in a magazine size book, but was later on. This is the first time it's printed in comic book format, and this is Battlestar Galactica #1. It's the adaptation of the original pilot. What does it say? It says adaptation of the first episode of the television series, part 1 of 3. So here we go. Battlestar Galactica, newsstand 9.6. Now, newsstand, again, this is 1979, doesn't mean a lot. At this point in time, we're probably still about 60 something percent plus more being newsstand versus being direct. So a lot of these events out there don't fall into a trap of people saying, oh, it's a newsie, pay more for it. If it's direct, maybe. But anyways, Battlestar Galactica, being a Star Wars guy, Battlestar Galactica, loved it as a kid, watching it on TV. Going back and watching it today, it's not a little bit harsh. Now, the new series that was done, phenomenal. All right, last book in this episode of Only My Slabs. This is Captain Marvel #1. This is a J. Scott Campbell, and it's an homage to Ms. Marvel issue 20 from 1978 is what it says. So Miss Marvel #20, 1978 cover homage. And that's kind of like this. You'll actually see, I actually think I have this issue that they're homaging, which will be coming up soon. But essentially, this was like when she gets this new #20 was when she got this new outfit. She went away from the red, went to this well-known red sash outfit. So J. Scott Campbell did a variety of different covers, and this was my favorite of the lot. I made sure I picked that one up. All right, and that's it. No major bangers yet, but we're in just cracking into box 2 of I think we're at 30. If I count those ones, yeah, like 37 boxes of slabs. So we're going to be here for a while, guys. Buckle up. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe. all that other fun stuff. And until next time, make sure you collect what you like. Don't listen to anybody, including me. I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.